Beneath a blanket of stars and soft drifting mist, a lantern glowed quietly on a hill of sleeping stones, waiting for dreamers to find it. Welcome, dear listener, to my bedtime story channel where tales drift softly through the air like feathers on moonlight. Tonight's story is called The Lantern of the Sleeping Stones, a peaceful journey from a forgotten age where dreams whispered through glowing caves and time stood still. It flickered with a soft, slow light, like fireflies trapped in amber, giving off no heat but a gentle luminescence that pulsed with the breathing of the earth. This was a place of peace, hidden from the rushing years, untouched by change, a sanctuary of silence. Let's begin our gentle tale from a time long, long ago when the world was still new and the moon sang with the stars. His hair was the color of moss after rain, and his hands knew the language of birds. He watched the moon weave her silver path through the stars and listened to the whisper of crickets serenading the darkness. Each night, his dreams grew deeper. They pulled him into a swirling, silent sea of images and emotions that were not his own. Drawn to its playful light, he stepped closer and saw a magnificent fox with fur like burnished gold asleep beside it. One ear twitched as if listening for a sound unheard by Iran. In the center stood a circle of ancient trees, their branches reaching towards the heavens like gnarled fingers. He felt their energy thrumming beneath his fingertips and heard the whispers of ancient dreams echoing through the moss-covered stones. He took a deep breath, cupped some glowing embers in his hands, and gently placed them inside the lantern. He saw rivers carve their paths through solid rock, watched new life burst from the thawing earth in the spring, and witnessed the dance of seasons changing across countless years. He felt the joy of a mother cradling her child, the triumph of a sapling reaching for the light, and the sorrow of a leaf falling in autumn's embrace. Iran, his eyes filled with wonder, looked out over the sleeping stones, now bathed in the soft glow of dawn. A hush fell over the hill, as if the world itself held its breath, just as Iran discovered the melody of existence within himself. May we too find solace in the rhythm of the universe, the rustling of leaves, the babbling of brooks, the hushed whispers of twilight. They are all part of the grand composition that surrounds us. Embrace the symphony of life, for in its harmony we discover our place in the eternal melody. The stones pulsed once, a single deep breath, and then the world shimmered. Your likes fuel our creativity, helping us craft even more enchanting tales. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to be among the first to hear our new stories. Now close your eyes, dear listener, and let the dreams of glowing caves carry you to peaceful sleep. Until next time, may your nights be filled with wonder and your days with the joy of discovery. Each night, his understanding grew, not of the world, but of himself. He learned that he was part of something vaster and more eternal than his fleeting lifespan. And beneath one such tree sat a child with eyes that shone like polished emeralds. The child's laughter echoed through the clearing, tinkling like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. He no longer searched for silence, for he carried it inside. The lantern dimmed, but its warmth remained in him, glowing softly in his chest. The hill of sleeping stones was never found again, but some say dreamers still visit it, walking gently through their sleep, guided by the faint pulse of ancient stones and the promise of dreams whispering through glowing caves. And Iran felt an inexplicable sense of joy and wonder. as if the very essence of childhood glee resonated within his soul. Iran saw how every living thing was linked to every other, how the smallest action rippled through the ages, and how every moment, whether joyful or sorrowful, contributed to the grand tapestry of existence. The fox slept with one eye open, gazing serenely at the stars. As Aaron watched, a smile touched the fox's lips, and it turned in its sleep, revealing a muzzle dusted with silver frost, the breath of winter stars on a summer's night. Iran had wandered many lands, not in haste, but in patient, meandering steps, always seeking the whispers of the ancient world. He walked on clouds with mosses for carpets, where trees bent to the touch of falling stars, and rivers sang melodies that shifted with the phases of the moon. He walked to hear the song of a babbling brook, unchanged since time began, to watch a spider spin her web in patterns older than the moon. Her gnarled hands rested on a staff entwined with ivy and moss, and her hair flowed around her like a waterfall of autumn leaves. Her eyes, deep pools of starlight, seemed to hold the wisdom of ages past. Iran sensed her connection to the earth, to the very stones beneath their feet. He felt an overwhelming sense of tranquility in her presence, as if time itself slowed to a gentle, timeless pace. In the hush of the world before memory, where forests hummed in sleep and rivers dreamed in circles, a small lantern glowed quietly atop a mossy stone hill. They were scattered across the land like scattered dreams, each one warm and thrumming with a gentle pulse, as if slumbering beneath the sun's drowsy gaze. And on the largest stone in the center sat the old lantern, glowing with soft golden fire. Its light danced with tiny sparks that spiraled upward like fireflies or memories taking flight. And here came a traveler named Iran, a gentle soul with eyes like twilight and footsteps light as leaves. Now, drawn by the scent of moss and time, Iran found his way to the strange hill of sleeping stones. Then a voice emerged from the lantern, calm and ancient as the stones themselves. Light this flame only when you are ready to remember who you are. Then silence fell once more, as deep and soothing as the quiet before dawn. So Iran stayed near the lantern for 7 quiet nights, sleeping beside the stones, listening to the breeze tell stories of forgotten rain and lullabies of the sky. In these dreams, he swam through glowing caves where stalactites dripped liquid light onto caverns of pure, echoing sound. One night, Iran saw a small fire dancing merrily between the roots of a great oak. Another night, Iran stumbled upon an old woman sitting patiently on a stone. Yet another night, Iran found himself in a meadow, bathed in moonlight. As the days passed, Iran delved deeper into the mysteries of the glowing stones. On the 8th night, without fear or question, Iran reached out to light the lantern. For a moment, Iran saw countless images flash before his eyes, memories not his own, yet somehow a part of him. But amidst these visions, there was something else, something that transcended time and space. There was a profound sense of interconnectedness. Then as quickly as it began, the vision faded. The world shimmered back into focus, and the lantern continued to glow with its steady, soft light. As the shimmer faded, Iran smiled and lay down on the moss once more. And so our gentle tale draws to a close, leaving us with the echoes of a timeless journey. Did you enjoy tonight's story? If so, please show your support